Welcome back for another episode of my Inspired by Disney series, where we take a look at individuals across the globe and find out how Disney has shaped their lives. Today, I am joined by Nathan Weir, a fitness-forward man with Herculean number of social media followers and Herculean muscles to match. This man has over 56,000 followers on Instagram. He's got 8.3 million likes from 574,000 fans on TikTok. And if you are using Discord, you just can't keep up. I am looking so forward to hearing about his inspirations, his goals, and how Disney has played a part in this whole progression of things. So what are we waiting for? Let's get him in here. Nathan, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here and talk about Disney and just, hang out.
Man, we got to start somewhere. So we got to talk about how fit you are. You are one of the most fit people I know right now. And that says a lot. I know a lot of wrestlers and a lot of athletes, but you are right up there. And I really want to dig into, first and foremost, where did you start your fitness journey? When did that become a thing for you?
Oh, geez. So fitness for me it's been a fairly new thing, actually. So 2018 was when I actually started my fitness journey, just January 23rd, 2018. And it kind of was in tandem with actually falling in love with Disney. I was kind of branching out, starting a new chapter of my life. I just got out of a long-term relationship, and fitness to me was just something that I knew I had to do. I was pretty fluffy, like I was a little out of shape, so I wanted to kind of just work on myself, learn how to love myself, and a big piece of that was fitness with it. So yeah, it's been 3 years now, actually.
So were you athletic in high school at all? Did you participate in any sports or anything, or no?
I was athletic in elementary school. Back then I did a lot of track, basketball, soccer, a little bit of hockey. But once got into high school and kind of fell into, I guess I would call it more complacency than anything else, both with kind of my relationships and with schooling and stuff like that. I definitely got out of shape. So throughout majority of my adulthood life and my late teens, I was definitely not your not someone you would characterize as fit. No.
So how did that come into your mind, though? I know you were going through some hardships and you're trying to figure out how this goes. What actually created that spark in there that says, you know what, I'm going to get on this health track. I'm going to start lifting weights. Like where would that motivation come from?
The funny thing is it had nothing to do about lifting weights or fitness at all at that point. For me, it was literally just that I wanted to figure out how to improve on myself. I had, like many people, suffered from low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and I was just kind of in my head, I thought that no one would love me. I couldn't love myself. So it was like, how do I progress? What can I do to go to bed every night and think that I've done something that actually makes me feel good about going to bed and knowing that I did something, right? And fitness to me was actually, it sounds silly, but an easy way to achieve something in the day. So like I would try and read, I would try and learn, work on my career. And fitness was like, if I do 15 minutes a day, that's more than I'd ever done before. So I could just get up, do a round of hits or go to the gym or go for a run. And to me, that was a way that I could go to bed knowing that I've done something for myself. So it wasn't really a spark to get fit. It was more of a spark to feel better about myself. And I think that's too where Disney came in too, right? Both kind of communities were ways that mentally I could kind of learn how to love myself.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a moment. I want to dig into that a little bit more too, because I think that's a huge component of the story, right? As to how it develops into your fitness plans and whatever. But you're saying that you just hit the ground running, like no pun intended with hit, but you just actually just started. You committed to 15 minutes a day of something,
yeah,
right? And then it continues to build and grow. At what point did it become a serious thing for you? Like where you're sitting there going, no, this is something that I'm going to build and do more of, and I'm going to make this a priority.
It was pretty quick. I would say probably within the first month or so of doing it, because I didn't notice any progress like anyone when they start out. You don't notice that you're getting in shape or doing better, but you feel better about yourself. And for me, every day that I finished a workout, I struggled mentally more than I did even physically, right? because I'd be on the ground heaving and trying to get up, and your body, once you're finished it or while you're in the middle of it, it sucks, but it's completely your mind that's keeping you from doing it. So for me, it was just something that I felt like I had to do, and to make progress. And probably within the first week, I just loved that feeling of making progress. And for me, it was like right to this moment today, every single time I do a workout, it's just as hard as the first time I did my very first workout, because you push yourself as hard as you can to try and make that progress, right? And I just fell in love with that feeling probably like I said, in the first few weeks.
Yeah. And I love it because you're not once have you mentioned this conversation that you said, I worried about what my number was on the scale, or I worried about how others perceived me. You're always talking about, for you, it was more for you. It was a mental um, strength conditioning activity, right? To push yourself, to challenge yourself, right? And to improve that, and to be a well-rounded person in that progress of, I'm going to get physically healthy, but it's really more about getting my head back screwed on straight, and dealing with it that way.
Yeah,
That's pretty
completely.
cool.
I think one big thing for sure is um, everyone kind of is on their own journey. Everyone has a different body. Everyone enjoys different things, but you really have to learn how to love yourself and figure out what that means. And loving yourself could be, getting yourself healthy, or it could just be about learning and understanding that your body is special, however it is, right? And of course, I preach physical health as well, because I know how much it's impacted my life. But there is something to say for people that just want to live a healthy lifestyle, but don't want to necessarily go to the gym and work out as much as someone like myself, right?
Well, we could all aspire to that. That'd be great. I would love to be able to gym a lot more than I am. So, it's a lofty ambition, right? But there's that goal that you're setting for yourself too. Say, this is for me, but the encouragement that comes from other people. I know you have clientele as
Mhm.
well. I know you have people that follow your workout regimens, and hold to your HIIT for Herc, your high intensity interval training with Hercules, and you've got other systems in there too. But it seems like, from what I've been looking at, is that you have a great mentoring relationship with your clients as well. They respect you, and you give them more than just the workout. So what is your hope? Is that your hope for your clientele, that they feel like they have the support system with that?
Yeah. So my whole thing between all of that is really that I didn't want to actually necessarily charge people for fitness. I always thought that for me, fitness was something that everyone should be allowed to access it, right? Like, you shouldn't stop someone from getting healthy. And that was my thing. Is when I started, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do, and I struggled going to the gym because I was self conscious, and I didn't necessarily know what to do at home. So building this community to me was priority before anything else, right? So, as you had mentioned before, I've got this Discord, and it's a wonderful place that I try and bring as many people as I can to. I think we've got over 5 or 6 thousand people on there now, which is wonderful. And through that, we'll host weekly Zoom workouts. So every Saturday and Sunday at 10, we do yoga, and at 11, we do a round of HIIT. So an hour of that, which is 2 rounds. That we'll do, and all that's free. And then on top of that, I'll try and post the same workouts that I have in my app, or for my clients, as you would say, um, through there, which is a little bit more streamlined. But for me, it was like, if you feel like you're getting something out of this, if you feel like the workouts we do online are worth your time, this is a great way to support me, support everyone else, and keep this running. So that's kind of how it kind of evolved, and is still evolving. And it may get, as we get more people involved, because I want to bring in other people that know other things. I got one friend that's been helping us with yoga every Saturday and Sunday, and I'm hoping to get him kind of involved into this app as well, so that if people want to do yoga or stretching, or if someone wants to do some type of strength training, like, there's more involved in it than just like HIIT. But it's a yeah, it's been fantastic, because every single person in there and using the app has a one-on-one experience with me, and we're talking in Discord, and they can message me on Instagram, and it becomes more of a family than it becoming a workout program regimen. So yeah.
Personal question: what's your favorite ideal workout? Like, do you have a go-to that says, "Go, this is the thing that I'm gonna like. I love this. This is the thing that gets me motivated and pumped up." What do you have one?
So for me, it's definitely, I always say like HIIT is my favorite type of workout, and Tabata. So with the Tabata, it's gonna be 4 exercises, 8 rounds per exercise, and on each of those rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So in that case, you're doing 20 seconds of as many push-ups as possible. You get 10-second break, another 20 seconds, go as hard as you can, 10 seconds off, so on and so forth. 8 rounds per exercise, and that's the one that just kills me because during that 4 minutes per exercise, you're if you're just doing push-ups, you're starting with normal push-ups. You're going to be doing modified push-ups by the end, no matter how strong you are, no matter what level you're at, whether you're starting out or you're an expert, you're going to kill yourself. And I love that aspect of it.
Yeah. To be able to not walk home though, like that's for my wrestlers too, as to if you feel like you gave all of yourself, right, and you've exhausted yourself, you shouldn't make it the 20 seconds at the end. Like, you should be fighting to that you have nothing left.
Yeah.
But that accomplishment of I gave everything I have, right,
Yeah.
that's a good feeling. Except for when you get older and then it becomes a bit more challenging to actually move the next day. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to keep focusing on you. So, so let's go back to that family thing. Let's talk about that Disney thing. How does Disney play a role in this? Right, you're saying it was alongside.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. When you actually dig deep into the workouts and stuff like that too, they're not Disney themed by any means, right? Like you could, and I guess I have done inspired by Disney type stuff, like as an example, like you're being Kronk, you got to pull the lever, right? Like do some tricep extensions, like those type of things, right? But at the end of the day, they're just workouts that I get people excited about by having similar interests. So generally, the same people that are coming into these workouts are all people that love Disney, love Marvel, superheroes, things like that. So there's just kind of this I guess, yeah, this kind of common interest that plays a role in building that community. So that's kind of more or less where that's what gets me excited, because being in the gym and understanding that when I was entering that community for the first time, um, my interests being very different. Like if I'd walk into a gym with a Disney shirt on or something like that, you've got very different people in there that probably aren't necessarily going to necessarily want to help you out, right?
Right.
Um, or they might, but and if you can open up a community to like interests, I feel like those people are more willing to be vulnerable, share what they're doing, express interest, and play a role in bettering themselves and helping better other people. And that's one thing I've found. Like I've told everyone in my Discord and when we chat, is like, if you guys aren't comfortable using the program that I enjoy, it might not be right for you. Like if you like cycling, if you like wrestling, if you like swimming, those might be the right exercises for you. But this is a place for us to motivate each other and make sure that every day we're getting up and we're doing something to better ourselves. It's not necessarily about the exercise that you're doing, because if you just don't like it, it might not be right for you.
Yeah, and I see the same thing with the Disney community too, right? How welcoming they are and how they're supportive of one another. It just seems like they go hand in hand with the idea of that mental health thing, where you're not worried about the judgment, you're not worried about being called out on stuff. You get to be who you are, and there's a liberation with that, right? And you get to go at your own pace, and you get to actually deal with that, and it's cool, right? To be in this Disney community.
And a lot of that too started for me when I went on my first Run Disney. I went for the Princess Half Marathon, and that was extremely liberating because, yeah, you're dressed up. Everyone's dressed up. Everyone's there supporting each other, rooting them on. There's not a single negative person in that crowd of 25,000 people or whatever it is, right? And it's, for me, that was the first time I really felt like this is the community I am a part of. And I belong here, right? Like Disney and fitness, to me, it just makes total sense. It's just perfect.
Right. So you got the Disney fans, you got everybody running, which is crazy. I'm not a runner at all. But I've always said I always wanted to run Disney. Probably for that experience, right? To just enjoy the scenery, to enjoy the landscapes, to enjoy the people, right? And just to smile while you're running, make it something worthwhile and meaningful. So maybe next time I'll tag team with you and we'll do that.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
for those of you that don't know, Nathan, you're a big Spider-Man fan. You're a big Hercules fan.
Yeah.
Why are you connected to these characters? Why are you connected to the Marvel Universe? Why are you connected to Hercules? What's the draw?
So I think, I mean, a lot of it too is just, I guess those characters, I grew up with them. That's one big piece of it, right? So there's this nostalgia piece, but I always, I always think that these are the characters that to me were my mentors, right? Like I never really necessarily had a moral, a role model or a mentor or anything like that. So sorry, it's not the echo, but those characters to me are the characters that really want to inspire me to be who I am today. So even looking at Hercules, right? Like the quote of, uh, sorry, a hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but the strength of his heart, right? That in general is kind of like what drives me. Like I don't want to be some person necessarily that um, on social media is looked at just because of what I look like and my strength and all that type of stuff. I want to make sure people know my personality. I want to get to know me and who I am.
Yeah, so Gaston's out of the picture then. We're not aspiring to be Gaston then.
I do love Gaston, but not aspiring to be him now.
And definitely not on social media either, because
No,
that's totally not who you are. We could already tell that. We can feel through that, even just for the 15 minutes that we've been spending together, that you're just down to earth, that you respect other people, that you're loving that way. It's really cool to see the confidence that you exude here. One more thing, and then we'll kind of close up here. I noticed that you do model you have modeled for other places before. I know Cakeworthy was one, which takes some confidence, right? Which takes some encouragement of saying I can be behind the camera and I can just be who I am. Does that play a role in your mindset, like in terms of portraying who you are, like how you hold yourself in a photo shoot or just your day-to-day things? Is that do
I don't
anything?
know. To be honest, I've never really thought of it that way. Like anytime that I would go to Cakeworthy, for example, or take pictures, whether they're in public or by myself, um, I think across the board now, it really comes down to just wanting to be myself, and like that is completely self-esteem and self-confidence and that type of thing. But I'm not trying to be anyone else, right? So when I'm wearing Cakeworthy or wearing Disney clothes and I go out in public and have a Mickey Mouse um, face shield on or whatever it is right now, it it doesn't matter what anyone says because I've kind of gotten over that aspect of trying to be someone else at an earlier point in my life, and it's just not worth it because you're not happy, and if people are putting you down, it has nothing to do with yourself. People put you down on social media or wherever else it is in the world because generally they're the ones that are insecure about that aspect. And being a Disney adult, you hear it all the time. Just because it's for kids, grow up, that type of thing. The fact of the matter is all of us we've grown up. We've just learned to accept being a child at heart and enjoying what we enjoy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I think when I'm at a shoot or anything like that, yeah, there's definitely a moment or self-confidence, self-esteem plays a role in that. But I don't think it's anything different than if I were just talking to you right now, right? Um, just happy to go and be myself.
Yeah, and every picture you see, if when you guys start to join him on Instagram and follow him, every picture is you smiling. Everything it's real. It feels genuine. There's no fakeness with it, right? It's because of who you are that people follow you and latch onto you, and yeah, you're amassing a huge following, but they're following you not just because of what you're doing, but because of who you are.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome. So, how can people follow you? What can they do?
Well, best places to follow me are, of course, Instagram or TikTok, Nate K. Weir. The other places, if you want, is you can go to my Discord. It's easier to chat with me there, of course. I do have Twitter, hardly use it. I've got a website as well, natekwir.com, which you can go to as well. Check that out. So those are kind of the best places to reach me. But yeah, happy to share my life with you guys if you want to join.
Awesome. Well, the past 20 minutes have been a blur. I can't believe that we're at that time. But again, thank you so much for joining me here. Can't wait to hear more from you and see more from you. Maybe we'll do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
But yeah, thanks
I
so
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you so much, Tom.
No, all right. Take care of yourself.
Yep.
Everybody else, take care. God bless. We'll talk soon.